Be honest with you guys, man. The fact that I'm happy with myself and I'm happy with my journey, considering where I started from, being a liar, selfish, hurtful person because I didn't want to let go of my past. And it hurt my body physically, it hurt my soul. Like when I was hurt, I used to hold on to that stuff. People would betray me or they would betray me in my own mindset, and I would hold on to it and I wouldn't express it, I wouldn't let people know it, and I would try to get into other relationships, and that would just build on and build on and build on to the point where I woke up one day and I had to let it out because it was physically hurting my body. It was physically hurting me to hold all that stuff in. So once I started making videos to express myself, I just kept going. And the more I kept going, the easier it got, the easier it got, and the easier it got until I got into spirituality, and it became the best thing that I've ever done because I was able to fulfill a lifelong dream and answer something that's bothered me for decades, which is what is this spiritual thing that I'm feeling? Because, see, as a kid, I would always have dreams and feelings and things that nobody could explain. My mom took me to the pastors and stuff, but all they would say was I was special. They never knew what it was called. They never told me what it was called. I didn't find out what it was called until I started reading the Bible. Then I happened to hop on TikTok and I found out what spirituality was. And it connected to things that I never told anybody since I was a child. And I finally got the answer. So I finally feel complete in life. I finally feel like I can live as my complete self, knowing what I completely am and knowing how to control my powers and control the gift that I was born with that nobody wanted to help me with. And that's the toughest part because I would go through visions and things that my family knew I was going through and they didn't know how to help me. And things will happen to people I love, and I'm not the evil type of person that would like to share that with people. It's like when it's somebody you really close to, how do you tell somebody that? I couldn't stand to be the one. So I would hold a lot of stuff in because I didn't want them to suffer. I didn't want them to be in pain. It was bad enough that I knew it. So I would hold a lot of stuff in. And that caused me to have a lot of regret, a lot of anger, a lot of pain towards folks because I wouldn't get it out when they hurt me. I would hold it in and pretend like everything was okay. And that led me to hating myself, thinking everybody was against me, making up things in my own mind that wasn't true. But because I wasn't letting it out and I wasn't expressing it, I was internalizing it and making up stuff that was harming me more than it was helping me. But as I got older and got into spirituality, I started releasing that way of thinking and started realizing that it was unhealthy. Because I grew up with unhealthy habits, but at the time, I was young. I didn't know they was unhealthy, but I learned that they was unhealthy, and I changed them one by one, and I changed my whole lifestyle. And now I feel better about the person I am, and better about the things I've done, because I look at that form of my lifestyle as I was young. I didn't know what I know now, and you can't continue to beat yourself up over what you didn't know. You just have to move on and move forward for what you have today. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. Like I've learned from every mistake. I feel like my life is finally moving forward. I'm finally in control and I'm finally leading the life that I always wanted to lead and just being honest and open. I never knew that telling the truth about my life and just being open about everything I go through, no matter what age, no matter how I feel about it, would change my life and open it up so much spiritually and allow me to become a spiritual master and go on this spiritual path that's unlocked this great life for me. So that's why I want to tell you guys, man. Just wake up every day and tell your truth. You don't have to take nobody else's story. Tell your story the exact way it is and be honest about everything you feel and everything you growing through as a human being. And it'll eventually catch on and be enough. It may not start out as enough. You may have to do 3, 4, 5, 6, sometimes 7, maybe 8 years before it catch on. But if you really determined about it and you really believe in it, you have to keep after it. That's the problem today. Too many people quit early. They don't believe in what they do enough. They do it to try to catch on. Then when they don't catch on, you ready to quit. If you truly love something, you gonna do it whether you get paid or not. And then the revenue just gonna start coming in once you deal with your life problems and get your life straight. But that's for people with true passion. So if you don't have a true passion, you ain't gonna understand what I mean. Like this, I'm just starting to see benefit from it now. I'm just starting to see life benefit from it now. But I've been doing this going on next May. It'll be 9 years, and I'm just starting to see benefit now. But that's because I hung in and I did my spiritual work and I got my personal life straight. It took me a while to understand you got to get your personal life straight for your financial life to get straight and for people to start trusting you. You had to handle your personal life situation. Because for a long time, I was running from my personal life situation. I wasn't dealing with them. But then I was coming on giving you guys advice. But once I started applying the advice to my own life and started actually doing the work, my body improved, my life improved, everything improved, and my family started living better. We started getting along better because I started communicating when I was bothered, what I felt, what I went through at different stages of my life. And now I feel like they understand me and I understand them, and we closer than ever. So just open up and communicate. Don't keep it all in your mind because they're going to turn you into a toxic mind sick person that's making up things, thinking people are against you when they ain't, thinking everything happened that's not happening. And trust me, your mind can be a very sick place if you let it be. But you have to start talking and communication. Communication is key to everybody in life. That's what gets people to know you and know what you're going through, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion through it, through everything. Communicate and talk about what you feel, no matter how stupid or great or painful you think it might be. Talk about it anyway because it's better out than in my opinion. That's something I had to learn, but that's just my personal opinion from my spiritual experience, though.